My beautiful Leos. Welcome, 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 Leo. All right, Leo, today we are here to do a very specific reading. Let me get my words together so you know what that specific reading is. All right, Leo, this reading is to look at how to get rid of the third party in your relationship, okay? So we're going to get that interloper out of the way. So this reading is for you if you are currently involved actively in a relationship with someone and they have brought a third party into the situation, all right? So this is going to examine the ways in which, it's going to examine the ways in which your person is viewing the situation, what their motivations are, and how they view not only your relationship, but the third party relationship. And also, we're going to take a look at the third party as well. So why is it important to do that? It's important because in order to change something, you got to know what's keeping it in place to begin with, right? You got to know why it happened, or at least having the information of why it happened to begin with and what is keeping it the way it is, and looking at what you may be seeing one way. For instance, you might be thinking that this third party is an actual love connection for your person, whereas your person could just be using the third party for some reason. So that type of information helps to dispel any inaccuracies in your thinking and put you on the right track to getting rid of this third party. Because, when you understand why something is what it is, it gives you a lot of clues as to how to dismantle it. And that's what we're here to do, dismantle this third party connection. Now, with that being said, like I said, we're going to go deep in your person's head, and there may be some things there that are hurtful for you. And I'm not doing it to hurt you, but I will be very blunt about what I see, because I give it as spirit gives it to me. So just know that I'm not ever trying to hurt your feelings, Leo, in a reading like this, all right? But like I said, we got to look at what is so we know how to dismantle it, all right? That being said, this is a general reading, Leo. And if you are listening and these messages are not resonating for your particular situation, do not panic. That is just all the more reason for you to hit that subscribe button and mash that notification bell, because your reading with your messages will surely drop within the next few days, and you want to be the first one to hear about it. All right? All of you new Leos to my channel, welcome. Thank you for coming by today. I hope you get exactly everything you need to know out of this reading. And you returning Leos, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for stopping by yet again. Thank you for being here and creating such positive, great energy on my channel, and for your support. Okay? All right, with that being said, Spirit, we want to get some messages on the board for our beautiful Leo people that lead them down the path of getting rid of this third party for good. I'm going to start with a little bit of a general spread, and then we're going to break that down and go deeper, and we're going to look at your person in depth. What is actually going on in that noggin of theirs and what's not going on, okay? So Spirit, give us any warnings that we may need as well as we go down the path of this reading, so that Leos are fully aware of what's in front of them. All right? All right. So let me give a few more shuffles here, Leo. Thank you for your patience. And we'll get these first messages on the board. Hold on, I just dropped a major part of my deck here. Goodness. All right, and let me get my clarifiers in hand. All right, Leo, your first message comes by way of the Six of Wands, followed by the Two of Wands, and finally, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So basically, Leo, with the Six of Wands, this is good news for you, because this is letting me know right off the bat, you are going to be victorious in dismantling this third-party situation. Should you go in and go according to plan, according to the plan that the divine is going to lay out for us here today, should you go in, take that advice and move forward, you will be victorious. Like, there's no, well, probably the only better card, one of the only better cards would be the Ace of Swords, or maybe even the Sun. But definitely this is a very strong yes from Spirit in saying that you will definitely be able to dismantle this third party and get them out of the damn way. All right. I don't even need to clarify that. Good news. All right. So this Two of Wands is letting me know that, you know, once you are able to do that, your relationship will require some repair, right? You will need to really dive deep into healing the connection between you and your person. It's going to take a lot of forethought. It's going to take a lot of planning. It's going to take a lot of commitment on both your parts. And you will need to choose, each of you will need to choose to embark on that particular part of your journey. And I'm seeing that as this person has two wands, but they have clearly selected one to hold on to. So that's kind of the energy that has to come into play after you are able to get rid of this third party. So in other words, you're not just going to get rid of the third party and go on about your business with your person the way that you have been going. You're going to have to stop and really do some active repairing. You really have to spend your energy and time, as does your person, making that commitment to make what you have all the much more better. Oh, and I don't know if I said this in my general opening spiel there in regards to this reading and who it's for, but this is definitely a reading, if it isn't already obvious from everything else I've said. If you want to get rid of that third party and you want to remain in your connection, right? Like, this is your reading. So these messages aren't going to be for everybody in the Leo collective. It's just for that group of people. All right. So this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is... Wow. Let me pull the clarifier. I think I know exactly what this is talking about. I just want Spirit to verify for me here. Yeah, so it's being clarified by the Child card in the Kipper deck. So really, Leo, this is talking about you being the practical one in this connection between you and your person, right? You're the one that grounds things. You're the one that brings things and keeps things together. You're the one, for those of you who have a family or children or child with this person, you're the one that keeps things very practical, running, the home running and everything for you and the child or children, right? Not to say that your person does nothing, but in some of your cases that might be somewhat of the truth. But you're the one who really maintains that part of your life with this person. And this is saying going forward, after you are able to get rid of this third party, you're going to need to have your own focus, you, Leo, on, yes, you got to keep on doing those practical things, but it seems like your focus is so much on those things that you're missing out, or you're not engaging with your partner as much in other types of activities that bring joy and fun. And this is going to be a huge part of the healing process for your relationship. You're going to have to step out of some of that practicality and make time for other things. Make time for some things that fulfill your partner as well. Not always focused on, so much dollars and cents, and being willing to kind of step outside of some things that you would normally do. Okay? So that's the information coming through in this quick general spread. And I like to do that up front because that lets me know if, we've got a shot in hell of getting this third party out, right? I mean, that's important to know going into a reading like this. So that's why I bring those particular messages forward first in this type of reading. So let's get into the how. How are we going to get rid of this third party, Leo? And what's really going on here that you may not be seeing or you may not know about in regards to your person and how they're moving in step with this third party at this time, okay? So let me get some messages on the board, Spirit, for my Leos regarding this third party situation and how they are going to get rid of this third party. All right, while Spirit's guiding me through my shuffling process, Leo, hopefully these messages thus far have been helpful for you. It should be a relief for you to know that it is an actual doable thing that you can get rid of this third party. But, we're going to see specifically. But while I shuffle, this is a perfect time for you to go ahead, if you haven't already, and click that subscribe button and mash that notification bell so you can join the tribe over here at my channel. All right, let's get these messages out. Let me move my clarifier deck out the way. All right, let's see what we got here. Goddess of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. The Sun in the reverse. King of Cups. Four of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Wands in the reverse. The World in the reverse. Lots of reversals here. Four of Swords in the reverse. Goodness. You've been going through it for real, Leo. The Empress. The Three of Swords. My gosh. And the Hanged Man in the reverse. We also have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, as well as the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So right away, what is very striking about these messages is so many reversals, like most of the spread. Let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 12 of these messages is in the reverse. That's, y'all have been going through hell, many of you. And that's what I can tell you right now with all of these reversals, just right off the rip. Whenever you have that type of reversal type energy in abundance like we do here, that can indicate an extremely trying situation. All right, so let's get cracking on these messages, Leo. First off, we're looking at the Goddess of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups in this deck, along with the Sun in the reverse. So we're looking here, and what this is telling me is that, Leo, your person really did, I have this feeling for some of you, like you've had those confrontations about why are you doing this with your partner. You've confronted them, and you're demanding, or you have demanded to know why they would dare bring this third party into the connection. And you have been trying to wrap your brain around why this is so, what is going on, right? And to be quite honest with you, this is the selfishness that I'm seeing here on the part of your partner. And really, that's what it comes down to. There's no great, big, huge reason that you're going to understand, because this is just being motivated by selfishness, plain and simple. And and I'm seeing a short period of time. I don't know. It's going to be different in all of your cases, of course, because this is a collective reading. But for a short period of time here, before they actually started to engage this third party, Leo, they knew that they were going to engage a third party. They may not have known who it was, but they knew that they were stepping out to step out on you. So this is a premeditated kind of energy that I'm feeling here, especially with the Sun in reverse. Like they're going to pull the wool over your eyes in some regard. So this was premeditated. It was just based on their selfishness. It's an ego-driven thing. So, with the Sun in reverse, the Sun is Leo's card. And, Leos are often accused, and I use the word accused, of being selfish. So with it being in the reverse, this is just bringing out selfishness for me for the sake of their own emotional fulfillment, right? And the fact of, again, of them purposely knowing in a premeditated manner, they kind of knew they were going to do it, and then they were just looking for the one that was going to fill the role of the other man or the other woman. So it was a very premeditated thing, right? This was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen. All right. We'll get a little deeper in their head here in just a moment. All right. So with this God of Cups, which is the King of Cups, I am seeing that, part of the breakdown in your connection with your person, and this is from your person's perspective, so Leo, this may not be the actual what was happening, but this is how your person viewed it, right? They felt like emotionally you weren't completely open to them. They felt like emotionally you weren't available to them. They felt like they felt like you weren't expressive in your emotion, like you weren't stroking their damn ego. Let's be real, with this whole premeditated energy of knowing they were going to do this and a selfishness about it, there's definitely a immaturity there, but there's also a feeling of, there's an immaturity there in the way that they're handling it. I mean, we have the Queen of Cups. She's not the page or the knight, so there's not a lack of maturity in that they're standing, so to speak. But there's a lack of maturity of the way they handled it, in that instead of knowing that they were feeling this type of lack of enough emotion from you, instead of handling that in another way, like directly with you and things of that nature. They just decided to go outside the connection. Like, that's the immature action here, right? So they felt like you were closed off, like you don't give them the shine that they want. They don't feel that coming from you. And they need that. Like, with this Five of Swords, clarifying, they need their person to kind of like, I don't know, be falling at their feet is the words I'm hearing, in a sense, in order for them to feel good in the connection. And that speaks a lot to their own self-esteem, right? You've got to be constantly building them up, or this person goes into this mode of selfish thinking. Again, with this Five of Swords, we've got more selfishness here. They go into this mode of selfish thinking, and they feel that they are entitled to go outside the connection in order to seek that from anyone that will give it to them. Okay, so that's what we've got going on here, plain and simple, from your person's perspective. Like I said, Leo, you might be like, I was doing everything to let this person know that I love them, and I've never, been cut off emotionally, and I take care of them in magnificent fashion. But your person, and I don't doubt you, Leo, because I know that Leos in particular do look out and do take care of the ones that they love. Like, they take that very seriously. So, but your person was seeing this missing whatever, and they decided, okay, well, I've had enough of that. Let me step outside of this relationship and get what I need from an outside source. A lot of times when we look at what's happening in these kind of readings inside, the other person's head, it doesn't make sense to us why they would feel that way in a lot of cases. But it is what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and probably what they're not saying. And it's always incredibly insightful, to say the least. All right. But Leo, it's kind of like, they look at you as that person that's up on his or her throne, up on your throne, unwilling to step down. And you know what, Leo? You should be on your throne, but you also should not be, required to grovel at someone's feet to make sure that they feel good at all times. There is a thing like personal responsibility here. Your person has to meet some of their own emotional needs in a healthy manner as well. All right, so let's look at this Four of Wands in the reverse. And what this is calling out to me is that this third party has, what's giving them the upper hand really in this situation? Why are they able to be this involved with your person and cause this many problems in your relationship and in your life? Like, what is empowering this third party in regards to their connection with your person, Leo? What's making their connection what it is? Well, the fact of the matter is they're not trying to lock your person down, right? They're just letting your person go in and out, do whatever it is that they want to do whenever they want to do it without replication. They're not having to answer for anything. It's free and easy. Well, I won't say it's free, especially with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying, because this person, that's showing me that this person has a dependency on things that they may be receiving from your person. So in exchange for gifts, in exchange for trips, maybe for some of you, in exchange for financial support of some type, this third party is willing to be like, yeah, you can come in and out. Oh, you can get free on Tuesday. You can come over on Tuesday. Like, they're open like 24/7 to your person with your person not really having to answer much of anything. They can come and go as they please without a care in the world, right? And so that is the kind of easiness that your person was looking for when they took it upon themselves to find a third party, right? They weren't looking to jump into something that was going to be another kind of lockdown or commitments type situation. In other words, they weren't looking for someone they would have to answer to. They were just looking for a good time. And that's what they found. They found somebody who is a good time. And this person also, with the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, you know, if it were showing up in the upright, then this would indicate, you know, that it would indicate a few things, but mainly what I'm saying is this person is not trying to be you. They're not trying to be girlfriend or boyfriend. They're just trying to be third party. Okay? They're not trying to give up their single status. They're just trying to get what they can from your person and have a good time. So that's what gives the third party so much strength in this situation to affect what's going on with your person, right? And when we look at what your person intends, or their intention for the situation with the third party, that's important because it gives us a lot of insight. And here I'm not seeing love, right? There's no love yet so far in this connection with the third party and your person. So Leo, don't get into your own head thinking that your person is in love, because you know that's a lot of the fear that lurks about when you're involved in a third party situation. You start doing comparisons in your head, right? You start thinking, what do they love about? Are they in love? What do they love about them? And it's not that deep here, Leo. This is a very superficial type of connection between this third party and your person. There, you know, it's very sex-based, sexual with that Ace of Wands, but even from a sexual perspective, there's not a lot of passion. Like your person doesn't have a lot of passion for this third party. This just feels like a release, a sexual release. So if, in particular, if you are a feminine Leo dealing with a masculine and they're out there with this third party, this is not even about, in a lot of your cases, this isn't about the best sex in the world. This is just about having that release and knowing that they're getting this attention from this person and feeling like they're doing something when they're doing something special, and really they're not, right? But it's just, like I said, your person went out there with the intention of finding this good time. So now they're just engaging in the good time. But there's no passion here. There's no love from what I'm seeing. It's purely, and I just finished up Libra's third party reading. Different cards came out, but it kind of boils down to the same thing. It's very transactional. It's very transactional. I give you this and I get this from you. It's that type of thing, right? But in your person's mind, this all makes sense. And again, if you're a feminine dealing with a masculine, it's about some variety, like just stepping out and being able to do this, because we know that there are a lot of masculines, and masculines do not come for me in the comments. But we know, in large part, masculine energies like a little variety, okay? And so this is meeting that need for them as well. All right, so hopefully you're still with me here, Leo, and you're not allowing this information to come through in a hurtful manner for you. You're looking at it as, this is the information we need to know what's going on in these people's heads so we can do what we need to do to get to the state that of happiness that we want to achieve, Leo. All right? Because that's the intention that I'm putting this out there with for you. All right? All right, so our next message we're going to take a look at comes by way of the world in the reverse. And let me pull a clarifier on this as I listen to some messages that Spirit is talking to me about. So give me just a moment, Leo. Some of you, either your person or the third party is a Taurus, from what I'm seeing. And I don't call out signs often because Spirit doesn't give me signs often. But when they do, I definitely call them out for you guys. So if you are, in fact, dealing with a Taurus, this is especially relevant for you. All right. All right, so with the world in reverse, and it's clarified by the 9 of Swords in the reverse, here's what it looks like upright. What I'm seeing here is, as far as you, Leo, positioning yourself to disrupt this third-party connection, get this person gone, do not try to compete sexually, is what I'm getting. Do not. And not because you can't, but because it changes the dynamic in a way in which it puts you in a powerless situation. See, with this 9 of Swords in the reverse, in the upright, it talks about anxiety, being awake at night, the worry and all that kind of stuff. And for whatever reason, in the reverse, in this particular combination, I'm picking up from Spirit that this is about powerlessness, like setting yourself up to be powerless, right? And so if you try to directly compete sexually with this person, that's a lose situation for you, because now you're stepping down off of your throne, Leo, and you're putting yourself in the same shoes as the peasant third party. All right. And you don't want that to be the comparison. You don't want your person's choices, so to speak, and I use that word loosely, to be between two peasants. You want your person's choice to be between your Royal Highness Leo and the peasant, and you outshine the peasant at every turn, right? So don't come down off your throne is what this is telling me. I think that there are a number of you who were coming down off their throne because of the anguish and despair that this particular situation has been, heaping on you, right? So your anxiety, your concern, all that kind of stuff had you acting in ways in which you thought, if I do this better, then my person will leave this person alone. If I do this better, surely my person will understand that they've got it better at home than they do out in the street, right? No, we're not doing that, because that's, if you're currently engaged in that, you need to pull out of that, because that is hurting you more than it is helping you. Okay, so you want to make sure as you try to disrupt it here, that you stay on your throne. You are sexy and everything in your own right. You are magnetic in your own right. You do not, it's in your own right. That's the key words. You're sexy in your own right. You're magnetic in your own right. And as she is alone in this card, and she's encircled here, so there are no other individuals in this circle with her. No one else is competing with her No one else can compete with her. And that's how you have to carry yourself, right? And so you're not trying to come down off of this and be in competition directly with others. Like, let the peasants do that. All right. You don't even want your name associated with any competition between you and a peasant. Like, your name is too good for that kind of shit. All right. You are who you are. And yes, definitely enhance your beauty. And I see that as a part of this as well. Like, so let me clarify that statement, because you're fine just the way you are, Leo. But what happens when you start, day-to-day life has us running around, and we might just throw our hair up in a bun and head out the door. For a lot of you feminines, you know what I mean? Because I do it all the time. You throw on some sneakers, some jeans, you throw your hair in a bun, and you go out the door. But when you're in a connection and they're used to seeing you in that way, and then all of a sudden you spruce yourself up, you go get a haircut, you buy a couple new outfits, you start moving a little differently, you're wearing makeup every day. Not to say you gotta focus on superficial things. This is an example, Leo. If you start to take a little extra care, self-care, and this isn't something that you announce to your partner, you just do it. They see you out in the streets. We know they're out in the street running around, but if they start to see you at the corner grocery store, if they run into you and you're looking divine, more divine than usual, it's going to raise a huge question in their mind. Like, who is my Leo getting dolled up for? Because they're out here looking like a whole fucking snack, and they ain't doing this for my benefit. It's going to bring up that kind of like jealousy kind of thing, and it's going to make them start to try to pay more attention to your movements, your actions. And some of them might try to lurk around a little bit to do that, but guess what, Leo? If they're busying themselves trying to pay attention to what it is that you're doing, that third party really doesn't get their time and energy in the way that it's a disruption in the cycle. Because if nothing else is coming out about this third party as well, with them just being open like 7-Eleven, yes, they're open 24/7, 7 days a week, but they also have a routine going with your person. This Four of Wands in the reverse, in the upright it's about stability, but part of stability is routines. And this third party even though they're open to your person all the time, they know, yeah, he's coming around 9 p.m. on Wednesday night. They pretty much know your person's movements towards them. So when there's a disruption in those movements, because now on Wednesday at 9 p.m., your person is busy trying to figure out what you're doing, Leo, right? So this type of disruption is going to get into that third party's head, right? And that's the beginning of the end. So, even with this World card, you see she's holding the wands there, and those look like some kind of something you could use in an exercise class, right? Like maybe some type of weights that you're holding on to. So all these things that, I'm sorry, we tend to let go a lot of times of when we are in a connection. We forego some of these self-care things. If you start to focus back into yourself, your person, and you don't have to announce any, and you should not announce it. You should just begin to focus. Just begin to show up looking radiant. Just begin to move a little differently. You will find that your person's going to notice, and they're going to be like, holy shit, what is going on? Because like we were saying before, Leo, your person's not in this with this third party for love, right? They've got that kind of stability already with you. They're not looking for that in this third party connection. And because they're not looking for it in the third party connection, they're also not looking to lose it with you. That's coming through here very clearly. You have a lot of power here in this situation, Leo. That's why you got that Six of Wands saying, oh, hell yeah, you can be victorious. Not only can you be victorious, but you could be up on the horse and have your person throwing a parade in your damn honor. Okay? So let's act like we know that. Let's act like we know that, Leo. All right. So let's move on. We have this Four of Swords in the reverse, and I'm going to clarify this. And we're clarifying it with the Moon in the reverse. I'm going to show you this card in the upright. It's a pretty interesting depiction of the Moon. All right, so what I'm basically seeing here is that one of the things that's a weakness on the part of the third party, a weakness that can play out to your advantage, is the fact that this person has a whole other side of their life. It's kind of like a secretive life that your person doesn't know about. And it might not just be secretive, you know, plain and simple. They may live this lifestyle very openly, but your person just isn't really aware of that. They haven't seen that. But yeah, this person has a lot going on, this third party, that your person just really does not know. And as you start to disrupt what's going on, in the way of time and energy, like we discussed over here just a moment ago, as you start to draw your person's attention back in, you know, I also see this secretive, or what's now a secret to your person about this third party. I see that being unraveled as well. I see that coming into your person's attention, and your person's going to be completely thrown off by that, right? So this third party isn't a person who is solid from the sense of home and being home and running their home and their household. This person is for the streets, is what I'm seeing. And because they're for the streets, there's a lot going on in the streets with this person when your person is not around, Leo. They are, you know, so your person probably doesn't have a desire, from what I'm seeing here as well, to know everything that is going on with this third party. They don't really care a whole lot about what this person is out there doing, but there is something in particular that is going to be revealed when you start to step into your power and unravel the situation. It's going to be revealed, and it's going to be repulsive for your person. Like, your person's going to find it repulsive, and they're going to, their perspective, the way they look at this third party is going to change, and that's going to be to your advantage completely, because I do see, because the Eight of Wands flew out in the reverse as well as I was shuffling, and so they're going to stop communication with this person, or communication is going to take a serious hit with this third party, and that of course is to your advantage, right? Because like I said, there's not love here on either one of their parts. The third party's not in love with your person either. And I don't care what might be coming out of your person's mouth, the third party's mouth, what you're seeing. There's not love here. There's not for the third party. So, and the other way around too, the third party does not have love for your person. So a lot of people act like things are just all, you may have heard things, because I'm getting that some of you have either seen them out in the streets together, or people that you know have come back and told you, like you've come across some information that, looking at it, it looks like they're just loving up on each other. But that's all for show. Okay, so for those of you that message applies, it's not going to be for all of you, but for those of you that message applies to, know that. Allow yourself to take that in for a moment and just take a deep breath. The love isn't there between the third party and your person. So let go of that dagger that's been stabbing away at you, making you think that is the case. Okay? All right. So, Leo, this is amazing. This is actually right here the most amazing card of this reading. This is the Empress, and she is one of the few cards in the upright in this spread. And oh my God, you could not have a better card in the position of this message upright. The Empress, Leo, this is talking about the strength that you possess, Leo, that will blow this third party out of the water. You are that bitch. Excuse my language. You are that one. Whether you are male or female, you embody the Empress, which is everything. She is beautiful. She is all of the queens of the deck rolled into one. So she is powerful. She's magnetic. She has full possession of the creative energy that she can create anything that she wants. Not only that, she has the beauty to have people falling at her feet and obeying her orders. You possess this, whether you are masculine or feminine, and you need to start using this and start using it in the ways that we're talking about. But more importantly, change your mindset. You run this shit. Nobody else. And no one's going to step into the Empress's kingdom, at least not for long, and be fucking around with her emperor without her getting that bitch gone. Leo, I can't even express the power when I saw that card that came through, when I saw that card hit that position. Like, that is the major key. Oh my God. And clarifying it with the Emperor in the upper. Did I not just see? Leo, Emperor, Empress. This is a fated connection between you and your person. Emperor, Empress. This is not going to be broken up by some peasant. This is a marriage or a connection that has, oh my goodness, this is soulmate stuff. Leo, come on. No peasant stepping in the middle of this. It's interesting to me as I looked at what you would be able to do to disrupt this third party connection. And the thing that came out was you channeling your energy back into yourself and devoting more time to your appearance and your self-care routines and things like that, and making yourself shine, dusting yourself off and making yourself pretty again, in other words, right, is the thing. It's because you're the freaking Empress. And maybe you've got that layer of dust on you from being heads down and grinding and building in your relationship and financially and all these other things that you've been paying attention to. And now your person has stepped out, and now you've got that dust of feeling down or feeling low or feeling hurt and wondering why your person's there and what they see in that other person. Once you dust that layer of dirt off and the Empress shines back through, your person is going to remember what it was that drew them in. They're going to remember to get their head out of their own ass and come home. Not only that, it's just like, oh my God, so much, Leo. You got this. I'm not even worried about, because as I was saying, with that advice being there for how you disrupt the connection, with it not being anything that was just like, I don't know, moving a mountain out of the way. This is something not hard to do. And that kind of surprised me at first, like that would come up in that position, because yeah, that's not a hard thing to start doing and be consistent with. I mean, yeah, we all have our daily life and we're running around with kids and whatnot, and you're like, I don't have 15 minutes. Make the time, Leo. We can make the time here, especially when something important like this is on the line. And it's not taking much because of the type of the connection that you have and the power that you possess. That's why you don't have to get involved in heavy lifting to get this thing back on track. All right. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I was talking up that Emperor card and it came right on out to clarify the Empress. Thank you, Spirit. That's beautiful. I cannot make it up though. So what's going to happen once you make this change and start making your move? Three of Swords. Guess what? Like we said, there's no love here between you and the third party. But Leo, look at this. I want you to see it like this. Hold on. You put your dagger down in and draw blood. This third party is out of the damn picture, right? And not only that, Leo, I just have a distinct feeling you're going to put some oomph into it. Like when you put your dagger down through, when you push your dagger through this situation, you're going to really put some extra shit on it. Like everybody's going to know that you are reclaiming what is yours without a doubt. Okay. Again, not again, but let me say it for the first time. In these type of readings, where we're talking about getting the third party gone, I'm never, ever advocating for any type of violence. So when I start talking about the daggers and stuff, please, y'all, let's not go the violent route because it's never worth it. I'm just using that as a turn of a phrase or a turn of words, okay? So don't take that literally. But yes, they're going to know you showed up, Empress Leo, to take back the shit that was already yours, okay? So, yeah. Hold on one moment. Basically, Leo, with this Hanged Man in the reverse, your person does expect you to step forward at some point. They don't expect you to just hang out and allow this to keep going on forever. They do expect that you are going to put a stop to this shit at some point. they do know that they're on a limited timetable, which is why they're not taking the time to invest any feelings into this third party, which is why they sought out someone that they didn't have to go that route with, that they didn't have to show any kind of emotions and all that kind of, like, they didn't have to go through this huge vetting process. They looked for someone that was easy peasy, someone that was going to spread their legs quick or drop their pants quick. They looked for that individual because they knew I've got, once I start engaging in this and Leo sniffs this in the air, I've only got a certain time frame to engage in this activity, because Leo's going to whoop some ass. Again, not advocating violence. Okay. So that's what they knew. And so they kept it real surface level, what they were looking for, and they're keeping it real surface level what they're doing. And that's interesting. I didn't see that at the beginning as I was looking at the cards, but this is very interesting information. They purposely chose a very shallow situation so that they could do what they wanted to do very quickly and consistently while they had time to do so, because they know once they wake up this lion, that lion's going to devour anything that doesn't serve them. All right. So once you start purposefully working towards ending this bullshit that's happening, Leo, how are you going to know what you're doing is working? How are you going to know that you're on the right track? And I have the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, in the reverse. So let me pull a clarifier here. Give me just a moment. And I have the Queen of Cups as the clarifying energy for this Knight of Wands in the reverse. So there's going to be some very emotional type battles between you and your person. Your person, once things start working and falling apart, your person's going to get in their feelings. Leo. And when you start to see that in your person, you know then what you're doing is having great effect. Like, even though, as I said, your person doesn't have a emotional connection to this third party, it's kind of like that kid in the toy store. You take a kid to a toy store and they're going up and down the aisles and they're picking up things and they're playing with things, and then you say, okay, it's time to go now. What happens? The kid's gonna fall out and have a damn tantrum. They're having the time of their life in a whole store full of toys. When, think about that as a child. When do you walk into like a huge space full of every toy that you want and desire, and now mommy says or daddy says, all right, it's time for us to go? No, that doesn't go over well. That's never what anyone wants to do. So person's out here running around doing, showing their ass, doing whatever it is that they want to do. And you show up, Leo, all right, it's time to get your ass home. There's going to be a tantrum. There's going to be more than one tantrum. There's going to be lots of in their feelings moments. And when you start seeing that, as difficult as that can be to navigate, stay on your throne, Leo. Don't let them see you sweat, okay? Do not let them see you sweat. Stay on your throne. You can even kind of smirk to yourself and know at that point, yeah, this is going the way, this is coming around for me. I'm about to have my Six of Wands moment. Okay? So those are the messages very clearly coming through on that. So what is it that Spirit has in the way of warnings for you? And we have it here. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And what I'm seeing with this Three of Pentacles in the reverse is that once you are back in connection with your person and the third party has been exited, once the third party has exited the building, what you're going to need to remember, this is a warning here, not to become complacent again in this connection. I know and I understand that we all have a lot going on in our daily life, but it's talking about making sure that you're going to take the time in the future to nourish this connection and to bring into play the things that are going to fulfill not only you emotionally, but fulfill your person emotionally. And you are going to stay magnetic and beautiful. You're going to keep that up. You're not going to let that go. You're going to bring your full Leo essence to the surface, and that's going to become a regular part of your routine. And then you're going to just have people, you're going to have your person ready to just hand you whatever you need. Whatever you need, my beautiful Leo, I serve you. It's going to set up that kind of dynamic, but you have to remember to stay on your throne, Leo. Don't step down off your throne for anyone, not even your person. You don't need to. They're the emperor. They have their own throne as well. So there's no need for you to be what are my words? There's no need for you to be like on the ground, scratching around. You have a throne and you stay on it. All right, Leo, this has been a most interesting read. I hope you got everything out of it that you need to turn this situation around, Leo. And before you leave out, please subscribe to my channel. But know that those are your messages for now, and I wish you all the best and all the luck in this situation, Leo. You got this. You're the winner. All right. Until next time, Leo.